Thank you. Mr.
Thompson, I'm
Thompson.
Manager of the hotel, sir.
He offers his business card as Edward walks away. Edward strides quickly into the lounge, past a small palm tree and a wooden pillar. He stops halfway to the bar and looks around. As he turns, Vivian swivels around on her bar chair. Edward spots her straight in front of him. He squints at her, smiling in disbelief. Her auburn hair pulled back into a high-flowing ponytail, she wears a black lacy off-the-shoulder dress with a scooped neckline and long black gloves. He stands still, admiring her. She grabs a black coat and joins him.
You're late.
You're stunning.
You're forgiven.
Shall we go to dinner?
She takes his arm hesitantly, then accompanies him out of the lounge. Later, in the Voltaire, a maitre d' escorts them across an elegant dining room.
This way, Mr. Lewis. Your party's waiting.
Stop fidgeting.
They approach two men at a table.
Mr. Morse.
Yes, Mr. Lewis. I'm Jim Morse. This fireball is my grandson, David.
Well, I don't know about the fireball part, but grandson's true enough.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you both. This is a friend of mine, Vivian Ward.
Hi. Really glad to
Morse,
meet you.
David.
Hi. Hi.
Please sit.
Vivian pumps David's hand. The maitre d' pulls out her chair. She sits down, then leans toward Edward. As she gets up, the men stand.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the ladies' room.
Upstairs to the right.
Excuse me.
Shall I order for you?
Yeah.
She bites her lips.
Please do so. Thank you.
I'll do that.
The men sit back down. Later, a waiter sets down a plate of toast points with pâté in front of Vivian.
Mr. Lewis, my grandfather believes the men who create a company should control its destiny.
Where's the salad?
The salad comes at the end of the meal.
That's the fork I knew.
David smiles as Vivian counts the tines.
Let me put it another way. Between your public statements and the rumors flying around on this thing, we find it very hard to figure out what your real intentions are.
I don't know about you, but I've never been able to figure which goes with what.
Mr. Morse picks up a toast point with his fingers and bites into it. Vivian grins and follows his lead. Brushing off a black olive, she takes a bite, then looks at Mr. Morse, who nods. Edward watches, smiling to himself.
You know, there was a time when we built ships the size of cities. Men like my grandfather made this country.
Who ordered this?
The gentleman did, ma'am. Bon appetit.
These are escargot. It's French. For snails. It's a delicacy. Try it. David?
Mr. Lewis, if you were to get control, and I don't think you will, but if you did, what do you plan to do with the company?
Break it up and sell off the pieces?
I'm sure you understand I'm not thrilled at the idea of your turning 40 years of my work into your garage sale.
At the price I'm paying for this stock, Mr. Morse, you are going to be a very rich man.
I'm rich enough. I just want to have my shipyard.
A shell flies out of Vivian's tongs. A waiter catches it.
Slippery little suckers.
David hides a smile. The waiter looks up.
It happens all the time.